Hello and welcome to the Keyboard Warrior with me, Movie Scouse 007, where we play Euro Truck Simulator 2 on a laptop with a keyboard. So, at the end of the last journey, we arrived in the capital of Wales, Cardiff, and we levelled up. We're now level 32, which means we have a skill point to apply. So, let's go do that first. So, we're going to apply it to long distance. It's going to be rank 6, which gives us access to deliveries across the whole of Europe with a 30% higher reward for delivery distances longer than 1,864 miles. So that's where we're going to go. So now we can truly drive from one end of the map to the other. Now this might not kick in immediately. This may not kick in for another journey. But what it should mean is that we can drive, say, for instance, let's just check out the world map for a second. Or rather, our European map. We should be able to drive all the way from Aberdeen, for instance, to Verona, or Debrecen, to Plymouth, or Stockholm, to Torino, or Brest. There are no city will be out of range, so that's what we should be looking at. Now, I mentioned that there was a new update for ProMods. They came out with 6.0, which had a few issues. 6.0 was timed to release with SCS's update for the game called 1.9. 6.0 had a few bugs. They released 1.6. 1.60 was released in time for 1.9. 1.6 had some bugs, so they released 1.61 to deal with those bugs. They came with their own bugs, so they've recently released 1.62 now. I will install 1.62. I was holding off because I knew there were bugs, but I want to finish buying the garage in Cardiff before I get punted up to Liverpool, which is what will happen, I believe, when I install 1.62. Also, I mentioned that there were a couple of extra cities added as part of 1.6. There were 2 in France and 1 in Scandinavia. I got the 1 in Scandinavia wrong. Angers and Poitiers I correctly identified as the French edition. Kalmar is in fact the additional city in Scandinavia. It's the city in Sweden that they added. Not Oder or Gielo. I just haven't visited those yet. So that is Kalmar is the additional Scandinavian city. So let's having done that, let's go to Cardiff because we need to drive around the city of Cardiff, which shouldn't take us too long. We are going to go on this little road here, and then into Cardiff itself. Now, I'm half tempted to drive through and around, but I don't think I will. I will go into Cardiff City itself. So we will discover this. We will unlock this discoverable. We will cover all the roadmap. We'll fix the lorry. We'll get some rest and recuperation, and then we will collect. We'll buy our garage, upgrade it, fill it with drivers, and we will find ourselves some gainful employment. So you look, we're at 53.45% of map discovered, so we're doing quite well. So first things first, let's get our arse to Cardiff. So engine on. That's quite quiet. Let's up the noise a bit. Oh. Okay, that's really quiet. Okay, we don't have the sound of our engine for some reason. Oh no, there it is. It's not very loud. Alright. Let's go up. Let's get out of this quarry and get ourselves into Cardiff. So So I am going. I've got a couple of subjects to talk about this game, and SES, and the future of virtual trucking. So I'm going to witter on aimlessly about that subject for the next couple of hours, or hour and a half, or however long this journey takes. And that will be what we do. So I don't know whether we've discovered Cardiff or not. Oh no, so we've already been to Cardiff, so of course we have. Oh, actually no, I don't think we have been to Cardiff. Actually, I do. Yeah, no, that's not true. We haven't been to Cardiff, but I can't remember whether we've discovered it or not. Whether going to that quarry counted as discovering Cardiff. Actually, let's just double check that I am heading in the right direction. In fact, I've got an excellent way of making sure of that. So, oh, no, not cabin adjustments. New upgrades. Set to nearest GPS. GPS to nearest shop. So, you can see we're heading to the nearest shop. That's also the destination we want for repair and recoup. So that's why I've set that. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the road. I'm thinking I'm in mainland Europe, and I'm not. I'm in the UK. Oh my god, that would have been so dangerous. This is possibly why accidents happen. A lot of British tourists go to the United States, and then they forget that the US drives on the wrong side of the road. And then they get in an accident, because they're driving on the left-hand side into oncoming traffic. Right. Yeah, Cardiff was discovered when we went into that quarry, so we're already done on that front. So that's fine. So, now we're on the outskirts, let's check out what we're going to do. So, we're going to take a large loop, a small loop, and then a large loop. So, we'll go straight across and follow the road all the way to its conclusion. And right. That will be where we've just passed, where we'll be getting repaired in a moment. But first, we're going to explore the city of Cardiff. You're going to get a good tour of the city of Cardiff. Oh, bit of a stutter. Didn't like that. Alright, we're going to have a discoverable. We'll see whether it's a dealership or whether it is a recruitment agency. It wouldn't be too sad if we got a recruitment agency, obviously, because we're hiring today. It's a daft dealership. That's fine. That's fine. Right. So this is our garage that we're going to buy in Cardiff. So let's do that. Right, before we do anything, I'm going to save, because I have experienced issues with this game when you create a garage and fully upgrade it. I did it in London and it caused a crash in my game. It caused my truck to be punted into the atmosphere. There's a video which I've got which shows my truck spinning around and around in the clouds. That wasn't good. So let's go into the garage. Where's Cardiff? Cardiff. There's Cardiff. Let's upgrade Cardiff to large. Right then, let's go. Oh no, we've got to do this loading screen. I do apologise. It always does the loading screen when you upgrade from small to large. Right, we don't need to see that. Right, so let's go to the truck dealership. Obviously, we are Volvo. we're going to buy online. Right, this is where we discover, yes, the rise in the cost of my trucks was in fact just a difference in currency, because with the upgrade to 1.9, it automatically punted me into European currency. So that brings us down to 80,184. So we'll confirm that. So we weren't actually spending any more money on our trucks than we were before. We were just doing it in a different currency. So, okay. So let's look at all those beautiful garages that we have. Isn't that wonderful? Right. And boom. Okay, purchase. Hello. Yes, we do have Edinburgh already, so there's no. Yes, we've got the capital of Scotland already. I remember that now. Cardiff. Boom. Okay. That's that. So let's go to the recruitment agency. So where are we missing? We're missing 3 in the UK, 1 in Scandinavia, 2 in Poland. Let me move them up. 2 in Poland, 1 in Switzerland, 5 in France, and 1 in Germany. So we need yeah. So we've still got quite a few recruitment agencies to discover. So that's fine. So you know my MO when it comes to hiring a driver. They've got to have now that we've got rid of all the 3s, unfortunately. He's got to have 2 separate skill points in 2 distinct classes. It makes it easier to spread the learning. Alright, Guido. So Guido goes in there. Boom. And then we have Emily. Let's hire a girl. Emily's got 2 skill points in 2 separate distinct. I'm an equal opportunities employer. I'm not basing it on anything other than I want. Ooh, Anna has got ADR, which is always good. It's a nice, early, easy to upgrade option. Gets you lots of short jobs with extra money because it's dangerous. So you get cash. Let's get some experience. Bastian. Let's have Bastian in Cardiff in our last slot. All right, excellent. So let's check out our garages. So we have 19 garages: Stuttgart, Brussels, Edinburgh, Vienna, Berlin, Calais, Bratislava, Liverpool, Cardiff, Munich, Paris, Prague, Copenhagen, London, Amsterdam, Oslo, Warsaw, Budapest and Brest. They're all fully staffed. They've all got 5 trucks and 5 drivers, and all but one of them is making money for me, and that one is only not making money for me because it's just started. All of that, and I still have £4.3 million in the bank. Right then, let's go and get some Cardiff roads under our belt. Right, let's actually check the map out. So we're going to do we're going to do a small loop and then back to the garage. All right. Right, actually while we're here, let's chuck some fuel in. Given that we've got a large garage with a petrol station, we might as well chuck some fuel in. Given that it's expensive to get fuel in the United Kingdom. So diesel prices are £1.08. I think that is a significant saving. Oh, crikey, we only needed £139, which was 128.75 litres, so that's okay. Right then, let's finish our exploration of Cardiff. So, let's ride the curbs a little. We're going to go up and over. Oh, we got away with that one, no fine. It's going to take a left turn here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's look at the map. Did we? Yeah, we've been on that road, so we're going to take a left turn, go straight across. We're going to go straight across, then a loop and then back. So you can get to see all of the roads in Cardiff. So it's a nice little city. Oops, our steering was not brilliant for that particular part of the road. Right, there's our DAF dealership again. Right, I'm going to have to overtake this guy because he's going a little bit slow for my taste. And now we're being led back to, that was our garage that we just passed. We're being led back to, yeah, well, we've been through two of them, so it was only fair. We're being led back to the repair site. Oh, easy. So the DAF dealership in Cardiff is a small one. If it were a large one, I would be going to the DAF dealership to get all my repairs and my recuperation done, but that's not what's happening. Ugh, I keep going too quickly into some of the corners. Right, so let's get fixed first. Okay, truck maintenance, boom. See how much this last journey cost us. So, engine £354 for 1%, transmission £153 for 1%, chassis £532 for 2%, cabin £1,054 for 2%, and wheels £426 for 4%. So, £2,518. I think that was about 3% damage to the vehicle. So, we're all good. So let's park ourselves up, get ourselves the necessary rest. Okay. Oh, we don't want rain. Alright, we're not going to escape rain. Let's get ourselves some gainful employment. Hopefully at some point the rain will stop. It usually does. So let's remind the game that we're in Cardiff, and that's where we want to drive from. Banska Bystrica we've already been to. Have we been to Geneva? Yes, we've been. Linz, we've been. Aalborg, yep. Stavanger, yep. Le Mans, yep. Aarhus, yep. Turku. Okay, I've discovered the problem with Turku. It's a fault. It's a problem with the 1.6 update that gets rectified by 1.61. I don't want 1.61 because that comes with its own issues, and this is such a minor problem that I'm not that bothered. Alright, we're going to go to Slovakia. I think it's the biggest payoff. And it takes us near Poland. Do we want to go near Poland though? It won't take us to jobs in Poland. Oh, this is a struggle. Oh, which job to go for? Ooh, packed glass. No, let's go for the money. Let's go to Banska Bystrica and let's get our screenshot, as is my want. You know me by now. So Cardiff and that job, and here we go with our screenshot. Okay, so we are, if you look at the rating, 9.2, I still don't know what that really signifies. My guess is that it's just telling me what percentage of the jobs are available to me. Ooh, let's get the wipers on. And I'm wondering how much. Am I going back to the? I think, yeah. Oh God, really? I'm going to do a U. I'm going to go to my destination that way. I've been this road, but we're going back to this. Yeah. So, no, I don't. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Ugh. Close quarters manoeuvring is clearly where I need to do most of my training. That's where I need to fix my driving style. So we're going to leave Cardiff, not by the prescribed route, but by the alternative route, because I want to discover that section of road. It won't take us that much longer to go that way. But it will mean that we get to see a bit of road that we've not driven on before. And there we go, excellent. The game has decided to allow me to go that way. So you can see the income is going up 4.7. I think I was on 4.3 before sleeping. Yes. I'm now in a position where I'm earning more than enough money per journey, not just from my driving, but from my drivers, that I can buy a garage at the end of every single journey. I'm in that position now. Right, we're slowing down here for our right turn. We're not going to wait for the red light. Oh, the rain! I tell you what, it's so noisy, And I, with the DEF file for my ProMods update, I put 200% volume for the cabin. I don't know whether that's made the rain louder, or whether it's bothered to change the engine noises, but it doesn't seem to have made much of a difference. For 6.2, I'm going to raise the volume again to, I think, 400%, and we'll see what that does. I'm not holding out much hope, though. Right, at the end of this road, we're turning left. Nearly at our quarry where we're picking up our load that we can take to Banska Bystrica. So 1.62 has been bug tested, and hopefully it should be fine. There'll be stuff that gets discovered. It's you know, it's the way it is. It's fine. I'm not expecting these games to be perfect. People are involved, and where people are involved, things are never perfect. But the mods that make this game, the people that make this game, do a fantastic job, considering none of them are paid and all of them are doing this in their own time. I don't think you can argue that the intent and the dedication given the limited resources. Yes, I thought I'd spun over it there, but I didn't. So we're taking our ore. Oh no. Alright guys, this is, I wish I had seen that. This is going to be that nightmare job where I have to break every corner because I'm taking the unstable load, the ore. I probably would have gone to Geneva had I more closely paid attention to what it was that I was dragging. Okay, this might be a little bit of a nightmare. There it is. There is our load. This will be the third time that we have pulled this particular type of whoa, going too fast, and not going in tight enough. Right. This is not going to be fun. It's going to be a longer video because I'm going to have to necessarily go slower. I hope. I hope I don't get impatient. But it's going to be a long journey and it's going to be slow. Oh no, wrong way. So we're going to probably be taking the Channel Tunnel again, which means no sleep. This is quite a journey. So I've got 60 hours to do it. Wow. It should take 30 hours. I've got room for 2 rest periods. Which I'm going to need. Which means that when I'm on a highway, I'm going to have to boot it a little bit just to make up some time, because we're going to lose time on the rest periods. So, the biggest news for me recently with SCS and this game has been that finally, after 2.5 years of this game being out, Mercedes have finally agreed to license the use of their name and logo and trademarks in this game. I don't know when that's going to happen. I would imagine it will be a little while, because I think they want to put the new Mercedes into the game to celebrate that. So it might be a couple of months beforehand, but it will finally mean I'm able to get rid of a mod that I don't need. I'll be able to get rid of the Mercedes mod. I don't want mods in the games, not because I dislike mods, it's just because every mod you have in the game opens the game up to a potential conflict. So I would love it if the only mod that I had was for ProMods. That's not possible. Oh, another mod that I installed but I don't actually need anymore was the US currency. For some reason I had it in my head that I was going to drive in US currency. I don't know why. I downloaded it. I don't need it. And all the American drivers that have got the 1.9 update, actually I'm not sure they realise that they can actually drive using European currency if they go into the gameplay changes. Oh, it's stopped raining, wonderful. So I've got a couple of friends that drive this game on Twitch that can change their gameplay to US currency. I think they'd be quite chuffed about that. This, I believe, is being done as part of the push for American Truck Simulator. They're embracing the American currency because the US is going to be a part of this universe with American Truck Simulator. Now, obviously, American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2 are not going to be linked. You won't be able to play these games together. I would love it if that were the case, but that's not going to happen. It's too unwieldy a game at the moment. That's not that I think it's not going to be possible ultimately for them to create a global game. It's just most people won't deliver a load from the US to Europe. I don't stuff that gets delivered from the US to Europe. They deliver at the American end. They deliver it to a dock or an airport, and then it gets flown, and then someone in Europe drives it to its ultimate destination. So I don't suppose there's ultimately any need for that. Although it would be nice to drive from one end of the globe to the other, and there are large portions of the globe that we could do that with. The whole of Europe and Asia is eminently drivable, and it would be wonderful if we could drive from, say, Aberdeen in Scotland to up there, all the way across Europe, all the way across Asia, down the Ho Chi Minh Trail and then take a ferry to Japan and drive to Japan. I mean, that would be fantastic. I think it's unlikely. It's the DLC, which added a mere 15 cities and 4 countries, took SCS a year. It took over a year for the guys at ProMods to add Scandinavia. So I don't think that Asia is going to be added. It would be lovely to think that's the case, but the trouble is, in the time it takes them to build the game map, the game has moved on. We're already looking at faster computers with better graphics, and it might be that by the time they've finished American Truck Simulator, they'll be moving on to a different game engine. I don't know. Maybe they won't need to. Maybe this game engine is good enough. Oh, we are going up a hill. 55. So I'm going to have to stop in about 15 minutes real time, because I did spend quite a lot of time driving around Cardiff and adding the garage and drivers to my little empire. That's fine. That's all part of the game, and if I don't show you that part of the game, you're missing out on part of the experience. If you want to miss that, that's fine. You can spin through. I've no objection to anyone just watching the driving part of my game, even if they're only watching it to see me crash. That's fine. As long as you're watching, that's that makes me happy. So yes, Mercedes finally part of the game, not included yet. I think it happened at the end of March. As I'm recording this, we're the 7th of April. I would imagine that we won't. Crikey, I'm on the wrong side of the road as well. I would imagine that we won't see the Mercedes update until the end of April or the end of May, because as I said, they're going to want to put a new truck in. I don't know whether it'll replace a truck that's already in the game or whether they'll just add a truck. I would like to see them just simply add rather than replace. They did do that with Volvo when they added the FH16. They didn't get rid of the Volvo that was already in the game. They just changed its name to Classic. So my hope is that that's what they do. Oh, I would so love it if they added Ford to the game and added the Ford cargo, but as I've repeatedly stated in this, at the moment Ford are only shipping the cargo to South America. They're not actually shipping it to Europe. So it might not be, they might not deem it at there any point in doing that. Have we got enough grunt to get past this guy without an accident? I'm very aware of what it is that I'm dragging and how that impacts. This is a very unstable load. This might be my most cautious drive yet. This might be my most realistic drive yet as well. Although I have blasted through several red lights, I've overtaken people on blind corners, so I'm not completely abandoning some of my gung-ho driving. I've noticed that a number of the people that I watch on Twitch are starting to abandon Euro Truck in favour of the games. That's how life works. That's sad. I'm hoping that when I get back to the UK, and I am going to be adding, a piece of kit to my. First thing I'm going to be doing is adding a game capture device. Now I understand that the game capture device will aid me in streaming this game. I'm not 100% certain, but I think it allows me to stream. Now I won't be able to do things like respond to questions in real time, because we'll not be able to have OBS up and running on a second screen, because I don't have a second screen to do that with. But I will be able to answer questions periodically when I'm on a straight, because I can use my iPad to watch my own stream. It'll be a bit clunky because I won't be able to put anything on the screen other than the game. There won't be any pictures of me. There won't be shots of my fingers on the keyboard. There won't be shots of me on the steering wheel. I'll probably stream with the steering wheel if I can get away with it. There'll be none of that. But I will watch my own stream for questions, and I will answer them. I will have to recite the question in order to answer them, obviously, because I won't be able to have those questions appear on screen. I won't be able to do that. So it's going to look a bit weird, but it's a start, and I want practice at streaming. But that's exciting me. I was looking at a number of game capture options, and I was looking at the Avamedia Game Capture LGP, but I discovered the Game Capture HD2. The Game Capture HD2 allows you to plug in an external hard drive, which is fantastic, but it also allows you to actually insert a hard drive inside the device itself, making it a little bit more portable. I was kind of thinking I've got a very good friend who games, and it'd be nice to sort of capture some of our gaming sessions. But at the moment, he's not in. We're not gaming. I don't have a computer that's capable of running the games that he plays, and so we can't really game. And although he's at PS3, he's gone off PS3 gaming a little bit at the moment. Let's follow that guy. If he crashes, he crashes. Alright, so we are still getting a little bit of speed. We're not completely... we're not turning into a Sunday drive. I didn't want that, because we do have to make up some time to take into account that we've got to have 2 rest periods, which do eat up a chunk of our journey of our available delivery time. So we are currently heading towards London, but we will probably spear off towards Felixstowe or Portsmouth? Oh, is it Southampton? I'm not 100% certain where we are catching our ferry or our Eurostar. We're on the M25 now, which means we're near London, I believe. Oh, M27, I do beg your pardon. No, we are completely ignoring London. We're going along the south coast. And we're taking the Channel Tunnel, which means a 35-minute journey, which means no rest for the wicked. So that's the M27. It's difficult to read that there. That looked like 25, but it's 27. Right. Oops, sorry. I've got plenty of time left before I have to rest the vehicle, but I do have to pause the footage in about 6 or 7 minutes because I have only so much space on my little on the memory inside my phone, which obviously you guys know is what's recording this footage. As soon as I'm back in the UK and as soon as I have bought my Game Capture HD, I will not be using the phone to capture games, provided it works. This is the one thing that worries me, is that the Game Capture HD, well, I do need to be out of that late. The Game Capture HD is supposed to do all the processing for you. The one thing that worries me is that it requires too much power from the CPU for me to be able to capture the game footage and play the game at the same time. So I will be testing that before I try and record some of these journeys. The one positive I hope that will come from this is that I will no longer have to stop playing the game to upload the footage every 50 minutes. So there should be less examples of me losing footage to faulty downloading from the camera. There should be less chance of me having corrupted footage. There should be less chance of me making errors, and when I'm doing this, and there also should be less opportunity for me to make mistakes when it comes to threading these bits of footage together. I won't have to do acrobatic acts with sort of gluing the footage together. You'll get a more cohesive experience. The other positive is that I won't lose the thread of whatever it is I'm talking about. The one downside for me is that while I have been moving the footage from the phone to the computer, I have been able to get myself an additional beverage. What I might have to do is I might have to have a coffee machine beside the PC so that I can, during things like have enforced sleep periods that the game requires the driver to have, I'll be able to lean over and grab some extra coffee. I do have a little fridge, but I think that little fridge will be toast by the time I get back. I left it at my workplace. Basically, it was essentially in my workplace, so that I didn't have to go and make a coffee in the little coffee area. I could just do it make the coffee in my office, and I wouldn't have to walk quite a distance to get a hot beverage. So I had a little fridge so that I could keep some milk in the office. I would empty that and switch it off at the end of every evening, but I've got a feeling that that won't be being done. It's only a tiny little thing. It was very cheap, but my fear is that whoever has followed me might have put milk in the fridge, turned it on, and then left it on, and it's been on for 8 months, which will kill it. Because it's only a tiny little thing. It's only meant as a sort of a short-term solution, a temporary solution. It's not meant as a long-term solution it's not meant as a replacement for a proper fridge. But But it would be. I may have to get an equivalent for my Eurotruck recording sessions, so that I can have coffee and milk while I'm driving. Or I might just make a large. I might just get a large Zojirusi flask and have a large flask. And these flasks are almost magical in how they keep hot beverages hot for extended periods of time, up to 8 hours. Now I won't need that. I won't need 8 hours, but we've got a bridge coming up, which means that people start driving slowly. I don't care about the speed fines, but I do care about crashing into other vehicles, which was about to happen. It would be ironic if well, I've already had an excellent. I had an excellent on my journey to Cardiff, but it would be ironic if after 2 horrendous journeys with this ore, I got an excellent for one of my longest journeys. That would be truly ironic. And this is going to be one of my longest journeys. It won't be. I mean, one of my hope is I'll be able to do an Aberdeen to, say, Debrecen, which will be absolutely, I think, the longest journey. Oh, actually, no. I'll tell you what would be my longest journey: Helsinki to Debrecen, because you've got to go through Scandinavia. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. No, I think Edinburgh might be longer, because you have to go through the whole of the United Kingdom down to the south. Yeah, that might be the long journey. Aberdeen to Debrecen, I think, might be the holy grail of enormous journeys. And having unlocked long distance, we now have unlocked the ability to drive anywhere, from anywhere to anywhere. We're not limited by the distances we can drive. I'm going to tuck in after this silver car, because I'm uncomfortable being that close to the barrier. I like a bit of wiggle room. So, oh god damn it, I knew it was too good to be true. Now we do have, for some reason we've managed to avoid, yeah, I knew it was too good. We have managed to avoid a whole percentage of damage on either the trailer or the tractor. But yeah, I knew it would be too good to be true that my driving would be careful. Or at least we haven't tipped the load over. We haven't had a major accident yet. We haven't punted into the back of someone properly. We sort of scraped at the side of 2 vehicles, one on the left, one on the right. That was bad driving, but yes, we can't do that too often. Right, I do need to rest. I'm about to run out of space, so although I don't need to rest, I do need to come to a halt. So I'm going to pause the game here and come back in a moment while I upload the footage. So bear with me a moment. Alright, footage uploaded. Let's stop annoying the traffic behind us. Oh, I turned the engine off. That was an accident. Alright, let's get rid of the high beam. It's daytime. I can do without people flashing at me. So, 27 hours of in-game time left. We reset the clock for another 50 minutes. Oh, I'm so looking forward not having to look at the clock when driving. Well, sorry, we're only having to look at one clock when driving, and that's the clock on the GPS that tells me how long I've got to go before I've got to rest my driver. At the moment I've got 2 clocks to look at. I've got my clock on the GPS, and then I've got my iPad set up as a timer. Okay, that's a bit douchey. That's a bit douchey. That backfired for him. I tried to help him out by braking, but I just couldn't do it in time. So, So, I got about 5 hours before I've got to go rest, so I'm not going to bother with that here. I don't like crossing the road to a service station unless I absolutely have to, because it's not set up to make it easy. Right, okay, so we are... Let's go this way, as we haven't discovered this part of the road. And I think we can do it both ways. Pretty sure it's safe for us to go both ways. It might not be, it might be a one-way loop. If that's the case, we're a bit stuffed. Oh no, the game's letting us do that. Excellent. It's a bit of the undiscovered road discovered. Sometimes you don't necessarily have to follow the GPS route. Sometimes you can go your own way. You can plough your own course. Alright. So... which road can we go down? Which one is open to us? No, not that one. Let me see the red cross by both. That one's for cars, not trucks. This one, I believe, is the correct one. Actually, it could have gone down either. It lets you access the train from both sides. So, let's take our 30-minute journey to, I believe, Calais. Enter. Yes, Calais. 35 minutes, £240. Boom! And then we'll have a quick look at the map to see how we're going to get from Calais to Banska Bystrica. But the Cardiff part of our journey will be gone. Alrighty, map time. So, through France, through Belgium, through Germany, south on the 5, then across Germany, bypassing Austria, through the Czech Republic, then down that little road, and then Banska Bystrica, which is in Hungary. Is that right? No, not in Hungary, sorry. It's in Slovakia. Hungary is this bit here, which for some reason is greyed out. I don't quite understand. But there you go. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get on with it. We're not the only truck left in... Okay. There was a little bit of a hiccup there. Didn't like that. Alright, now we're back in mainland Europe, so we've got to remember to be on the right hand side of the road. Just to get our brains programmed for that, we will get on the right hand side of the road now, even though I think we've got to turn left at some point. So we're just driving over the tunnel that we came in on, which is interesting because our lorry has done a full 180 degrees somehow. That's not my biggest concern. My biggest concern is not tipping this lorry over. No. We too are going to turn left. Hopefully we can get it in without clattering anyone. Right. And then we are quietly slipping right towards Lille. So this part of the journey is probably going to be quite heavily weighted towards toll booths. Let's not try and speed on this part of the road. This is where we can do damage to ourselves. So, I am a PlayStation Plus subscriber, so we were talking about gaming. I'm gonna come back to this game later, but I want to talk about something else which is on my mind at the moment. PlayStation Plus. It costs £39 a year. I don't know what that is in euros. I think it's $59 in the US. That sounds like a lot of money. However, every single month, at either the end of the month or the beginning of the month, PlayStation give out a few games. This month I got access to a PlayStation 4 game. I can't remember what. I'm building up a bank of free PlayStation 4 games, so that when I get my PS4 eventually I will have a bunch of stuff to play on it without having to go out and buy anything new. I'm building up a bank of PS Vita games, so that when I get my PS Vita I'll have a bunch of games to play on it without having to go out and buy some. I don't know, is there someone on the inside of me? I can't tell. I need to tip my mirror out further. And also I get a bunch of PS3 games. Now, the PS3 I downloaded Pro Evolution Soccer 14 and a bunch of updates for it, including avatars, game packs. Maybe not game packs, maybe it was just avatars and kit avatars. There was a lot of guff. To be honest, I could have done without. Oh, and an online pass as well. And I downloaded Sly Cooper, A Thief in Time, and one other which I can't remember. I have started playing Sly Cooper. It's mildly entertaining. I'm not the chief audience for this game. That would be much younger people. It's interesting. It's very bright and colourful. As I said, I'm going to play it until I'm bored with it, because I like trying different things. And this is a sort of a 3D platform game, which I'm not been very good at platform games, but loving The Saboteur and Assassin's Creed 2 has kind of opened my eyes to platform games. Those two games are platform games disguised as parkour. I've actually quite enjoyed playing both of those games. I mean, I platinumed both of those games, so I must have enjoyed playing them if I was willing to put in that number of hours, that larger number of hours into them. So, but so yes, these are games. Obviously, Sly Cooper: A Thief in Time is a relatively old game, but Pro Evolution Soccer 14 is what, 6 months old. If you've got a game you desperately want to play, you buy that game, and then when you've done with that game, you got to wait for the next thing you love. So while I'm building up a bank of games that I'm interested in, but not so interested in that I'd be willing to pay full price for them, I've got these games available to me while I wait for the next big thing. Now, at the moment, the next big thing for me is my PlayStation 4. That is going to be the thing I'm looking forward to the most. Looking forward to Killzone and to Infamous, but those games are not available to me, and I don't need to buy those two games now. But as soon as the PS4 came out, I started going on the website, on the Sony Entertainment Network and website, and clicking and purchasing these free games. It seems bizarre, but yes, you've got to click purchase even though the value is 0. So I've been purchasing these free PlayStation 4 games. I've got Resogun, I've got Contrast, I've got Dead Nation. Dead Nation apparently had a bunch of issues with it when it came out. They're being patched, so hopefully by the time I get to play it, they'll be well patched. Dead Nation is not a game I would have bought, but it's a game I'm going to download and try. If I don't like it, I'll get rid of it. I am going to be a little bit more circumspect about what I put on my PlayStation 4, but given that the games are going to be larger and that all of my games, all of them, are going to be downloaded, because I don't want the clutter anymore. I just don't want the clutter. Right, let's bring the speed down. We've got a sharp turn coming up. I don't want that to tip me over. And you've seen me tip. I've actually it's normally been coming down these spiral slip roads, or on-ramps as the Americans would call them, that I've crashed, where I've been going too fast and turning too sharply, and in spite of trying not to, the truck has turned into the load. But no, I did it okay. Let's double check. Oh, I'm not going to get an excellent. I don't know what I did, but I must have rubbed something or gently. I've done enough cumulative damage to guarantee no excellent for this journey. So if I get a good work out of this load, I will be happy, given that I have crashed this load every single time I've pulled it. Look at that, 10,000 Eurash, £10,000. We're horning in on that. Right, we're about to leave France and enter Belgium. We're horning in on £5 million. We're not going to be buying a garage in Banska Bystrica, sorry. It's not a capital. It's not at one of the corners of it's near one of the corners of the map, but it's not at the corner of the map. I have a few capitals left. Helsinki, I think, is the most notable. Luxembourg, the other. I don't know if I've got Stockholm yet, but I've got Oslo and I've got Copenhagen, so I've got at least 50% of the Scandinavian capitals. I kind of want to save a few of the garages and drivers for Estonia and Lithuania, for their capitals. For Romania is being added to the map. Ultimately, there's a guy who's been added to the ProMods roster of map creators, and he's doing a Romanian map. When his Romanian map comes online, you will not be able to play the ProMods map without having the Going East DLC. Why you would have this game without Going East, I can't imagine. Especially given that periodically the whole thing is dirt cheap, but the Going East pack, I think, is at the moment it's £2.99, that's sort of €3, maybe $5 or $6 US. It's dirt cheap. There's no reason not to have it. If you've bought the game, buy Going East. It means that when ProMods goes to Romania, you won't be stuffed. So I did say I would come back to this game, and I have. I'm very excited about getting rid of the Mercedes mod in exchange for the game having Mercedes logos and names and copyright. I'm also very excited about a potential new lorry. Ooh, that frightened the dickens out of me. He moved right over. He's entitled to. It's a second lane, given that there are roadworks, but whew, they get close. And he's going much faster than me. I'm 42 miles an hour at the moment. I'm very tempted to up the to change the speedo to kilometres. In fact, that's... Oh no! Oh crap. Well, it had to happen given that I'm not concentrating and I'm driving this load. 8% of damage, so we're not going to get a good work. So excellence out of the window. Good work is now out of the window. Oop, good one, Kazimierz. So we need to find a rest stop. Let's check the map out. Okay, yeah. Just the other side into Germany. Yes, I needed to stick my foot on the brake there in order to mitigate the damage, and I didn't. So we added another 7% of damage to the load to make it 8%, so let's keep an eye on making sure that doesn't get any bigger. I got a string of good works, and then I got an excellent, and then as soon as I got this load, I feared that I would do something stupid and that this load would punish me. I don't know in this instance that the load has punished me any more than anything else. I think, to be honest, it's just my poor driving, not concentrating on what lane I need to be in. This is one of the issues with this game, is that... are you kidding me? Yeah, that'll be 9%. No, it's still 8%. Tagged a lorry. We saw his indicators going indicating that. Yeah, this is one of the things, in a big motorway like this, it never goes down to one lane. You're never in a situation where everything has to filter into one lane. And that's the lorry we tagged. Sorry, the van that we tagged. Oh, damn it, again. That infuriates me. I wish that was not the case. I don't know whether they can do anything about it, given that the map is scaled down, and that it's then difficult to fit stuff in, but... Alrighty, where the heck are we? Where are we? Well, we're in Germany, that's for sure. So, as I said, I've been playing Sly Cooper. I've also been playing another freebie that I got called Brothers. I'm quite a way into... Oh, sorry, I think I knocked the phone there, which... I mean, I knocked the camera. I do apologise. Everything's fine. That one is Brothers is another platform game, but you're controlling two characters at the same time. One character controlled by the left analog stick, the other character controlled by the right analog stick. We're in Germany now. Now we're in Germany. You saw the German flag on the right and the Belgian flag on the left. So that indicates that... Oh, hello. That was perfectly timed to remind me that my driver needs some rest. So we'll get some petrol. And then we'll go and rest up by that tanker. Right. I keep forgetting, £310 and 257.1 litres. Right. We're going to be driving at night. It's a shame. I'm not a big fan of driving at night, so not in the game. In real life, no problem with it whatsoever. 20.5 hours left to deliver, 41 hours. So we've got enough time to stick another rest in. Possibly two. Don't know if I've actually been to that rest stop before. That would be good. I haven't been looking at the rest stops, given that I'm worried about the stability of this particular load. I haven't been too keen on swinging off the road and onto slip roads. Oh, Lucas. How much have you cost us? How much, Lucas? The further in they get to their career, the more expensive it becomes when they can't find a job, because they're going further. They're going much further. Let's get this on so I can see where the hell I'm going. They're going much further into the map, so it costs more. Oh no, Ellis as well. Come on, guys. Hundreds of pounds being frittered away. Well, we're over 5 million. We're over 5 million. What you're seeing now is the ticker tape from the 10 or 11 hours that I was asleep. So there'll be a lot of money that's been earned in the time that I've been asleep. In fact, £200,000 since I hit the enter button to go rest, which is good. So I don't know what river that was, possibly the Rhine. It's night time, so the one side benefit of night time is that the roads are less congested. Overtaken from either side. In game, I prefer to drive in the middle lane if it's a 3-lane motorway. I don't like to be close to the barriers on either side, and I don't want to be on the inside lane, because you can quite often get siphoned off. Oh, more grey roads that I would like to drive on and turn beige. So we are heading now for the Czech Republic. That's the next national boundary that we want. Oh, we nearly clattered into a car on our inside. Ausfahrt, which means exit in German. Ausfahrt. So I have not been really hunting for mods in this game. Primarily because I lost touch with the game for 2 weeks because of the problems between ProMods and the 1.9 update. I stopped playing it for 2 weeks. I picked up your scanning and tracking simulator, which is driving me mental, and I'm trying to go through that with varying degrees of success. But I'm trying to sort of once a week provide a scanning and tracking simulator game. And that I don't want to mod. I don't think there's really a great deal you can mod in that, to be honest. It's not about free roaming. It's not about adding trucks. You don't buy trucks from a garage. It's about developing, it's about learning and developing skills. And so I haven't been motivated to hunt the modding websites for this game. I kind of been wanting to just get this game to work properly and worry about mods at a later date, while we're waiting for ProMods 1.7, which I believe will be the next big update. It'll be more French cities, possibly the city of Genoa in Italy. It'll be possibly some Poland, not Poland, sorry, Romania, maybe some Poland, I don't know. There are plenty of cities that can be added to Poland. It's a big country. But to be honest, I think ProMods' priorities is to get France done so that they can extend down into Spain, Portugal. The city of Genoa in Italy is simply because the guy that's doing the Spanish cities is probably done all he can do until France joins up with the border with Spain, so they can connect the roads. So I would imagine that will probably be 4 or 5 months before we get another major update. I doubt that the next update from SCS will break the game. It'll simply be changing adding the officially licensed Mercedes logos and adding a truck, which I think was essentially what 1.85 was. It was essentially just adding the Scania top line or high line, I forget now. It was going to be the AI update, but the AI update wasn't ready for 1.8, so they put the Scania up to sort of to mollify people and say, look, okay, we understand you're waiting for 1.8, here it is, it's not going to have the AI, we're sorry, but hey, have a truck. So yes, once I've reached Banska Bystrica, what I'll probably do is I will add 1.62, which will more than likely punt me to Liverpool. That's fine. There's still parts of the UK I need to discover. I might take a short journey to I don't know, Aberdeen or Newcastle or Carlisle or somewhere like that, somewhere that I haven't been to in the UK. Maybe take a longer journey from there. I don't mind sticking the odd short journey in. Sometimes people don't want to watch a 2-hour YouTube video. That's fine. So yeah. So after I've reached Banska Bystrica, I won't be buying a garage. I won't have anything that I want to do. I will try probably to do all of the city exploration before I go in, because I'm not sure. Actually, just out of interest, how much of Banska Bystrica have I explored? Oh, it's completely explored. So I don't need to worry about. I don't need to worry about that. I just need to get my load in to the depot. So yes, I would imagine that the beginning of the next video we'll be back in Merseyside. We'll see. It might be just a minor update, and it doesn't need to do that. I doubt it. I think that it will punt us to Liverpool. But I'm not upset either way. I do kind of want. I'm looking for them to. I do want to get this fix in, because you can't get to Helsinki without it. They're just not offering Helsinki as a long distance journey because it thinks Helsinki is local. It just decides that Helsinki is local, which is a shame. And who wants to do a massive long journey for £5,000 when a journey that, from say Cardiff where we were to Helsinki probably should have earned us 30, 40, 50 grand, depending on the load. This is definitely a hill. We're going up a hill. So while we're going up a hill, so the GPS says it's going to take us another 16.5 hours to complete this journey. That leaves us another 22 hours. So we could essentially have two more sleep breaks if we really wanted to. We're not going to. We'll probably make do with one, and gives us wiggle room in case we have an accident or we get dragged. You know, given this load, I want some spare time in case we have an accident and we get dragged backwards 6 hours and lose all that time. So 8 hours until we have to have a rest. So I would imagine that I should be able to time it with pausing again. I've got another 17 minutes before I have to pause and swap the footage off my phone again. Another thing I will need to investigate when I get back to the UK is some software to repair two of my videos which are up. There are portions missing from two of my videos that are already up on YouTube because there's a fault, there's a glitch in the video that needs repairing that I can't repair without buying the software, and I don't want to spend money. I'm trying to spend as little money as possible at the moment because I am not earning until I get back in the UK. So, so I'm a little frustrated with my mobile phone supplier in the UK. They're charging me money and they shouldn't be, which is beyond annoying. But anyway, so yes, I don't know what I was talking about before I went on this wild multi-topics tangent. Yes. I use the word yes as a kind of a placeholder in conversations. I've noticed this. There's two habits which I don't like that I've discovered, which have been pointed out to me. When I laugh, I suck saliva in and air and make a sort of a sound, and I use the word yes as a sort of a silent, a dead air filler. For some reason, I don't like silence during a conversation. I have a hard time with silence during a conversation, and so I tend to fill it with nonsense, and the most frequently used word is yes, which is bizarre. I don't quite understand why yes would be a word that would be good to use as a sort of a gap filler, but there we have it. So, as I said, I haven't been using many mods. I've got a couple of mod filters. I'm still desperately looking for a decent reversing light that sort of highlights everything that's going on behind me. There are a couple. I don't know what mods they're conflicting with, but they're the three that I've found all conflict with something else and don't work. There's a couple of Volvo trucks that I'd quite like, but the trouble is every Volvo truck that I find isn't a standalone model, and when I go to a Volvo dealership, I can't find it. It's not there in the Volvo dealership. I don't want to replace the vehicles that are in the map already. I don't want it to replace any vehicles. I want it to be there in the dealership on its own. So I'm having difficulty. I wouldn't mind finding a decent Volvo big nose, big rig, just to have a go at a big rig on this European map. I don't think that I will stick with it. I don't think I will enjoy it. The big rig doesn't, as a vehicle, doesn't appeal to me massively. I am going to be driving them when we get to American Truck Simulator, but that's months and months off. I will be back in the UK behind my G27 and possibly behind my brand new PC before American Truck Simulator is released. We'll see. We will see. But I do know that there are a number of people who are excited by it. So there is that. That's quite exciting. Going back and having a look for some more mods. As I said, I haven't looked up for mods for probably a month and a half now. So there's probably stuff out there. I don't like indiscriminately peppering my game with mods. For instance, I will not use Jazzy Cat's mods, not because they're badly made mods. It's just it's difficult to find them, and it's difficult to use them. And I don't find he doesn't bother with the menu stuff, which is just as important as the driving stuff. It's a part of the game, and he just couldn't give a rat's arse about it. And that to me tells me he doesn't really care as much as he should do about the game, in the same way that the guys from ProMods do. Their stuff for the menus works there as seamlessly as their stuff for the actual roads, for the actual maps. So it gives me confidence that the game is being altered with care. But to be quite honest, I love my little VOLVO FH16 a great deal, and I'm not that fussed about exchanging it for something else. So I do want to get a custom paint job though. That is the one thing that this is lacking, and that's the one thing I'm going to have to wait until I get back to the UK, so that I can get a sort of a gimped version of InDesign or Photoshop or something, so that I can make a truck skin that I can then buy and apply to all of my fleet. Because that's ultimately what I want to do. One garage at a time, repaint my fleet with the custom skin. So I will need to get the skins for all of the vehicles that are available in the game, all of the maps, because obviously Paris has Renaults, Turin will have Ivecos, I'm going to have Scanias in Sodetier. I can't remember, I don't know how to pronounce that. I need to learn how to pronounce that city's name. Munich has MANs, Stuttgart has Mercedes. I need all of the plans for those vehicles so that I can apply the skin to all of the vehicles. That is my plan. So I'm actually quite interested this evening in having a look at what mods are available, because as I said, it's a month and a half since I looked, and a month and a half, sometimes you'll get nothing, sometimes you'll get a litany of new mods. There are a bunch of mods that are being eliminated. The US currency one will be eliminated soon, because the US currency is now part of the game. So actually, periodically, stuff's being eliminated by the game itself. There was a mod for removing the engine limiter. That became unnecessary because they instituted that into the SCS instituted that into the game itself. So that was unnecessary. I've got a halogen mod. I'm not massively impressed with it. Because without the high beams, you're not really... Oh, hello. Yes, you saw how dangerous it is to drive with just the normal lights, and then the main beams, and now the high beams. It's not much fun trying to drive in that kind of darkness. Right, we're about to run up on having to pause the recording again to download the footage. As I get further and further into this game, these videos are getting longer and longer. So already we're up to an hour and 40 minutes. Even an hour and 50. Yeah, an hour and 40 minutes. And we still have probably another 20 to 30 minutes of journey left after that. So these videos are getting a little bit long. I'm wondering how my YouTube account's my internet is going to cope with that. It might be that I have to divide these up into multiple parts. I will put both parts up on the same day, though. I won't split a journey up between multiple days on my sort of publishing plan. But that's how I'm approaching this. At the moment, the desire is to keep the videos together as one, unless I absolutely have to. I have had to make the sacrifice. I think Journey 25 had to be divided into two because it refused to upload the whole journey. It just wouldn't do it. For some reason that I can't explain. But there we go. Right, going quite slowly. I'm very aware that I've got to keep my speed in check. Otherwise I will end up running into that red car, and I think we all know that I've done enough damage to this truck without inflicting more avoidable damage on it. Oh, this is so slow. It's quite funny, there's little highlights that you can see flicking on and off. I don't know what it is, clipping perhaps. But you can see on the bumper of the red car in front of us little bits of clipping. Maybe it's supposed to be sort of reflective highlights, or maybe it's reflective lights in the bumper. Alrighty, so I need to start looking for a place to pull up so that I can pause the game. About 5 minutes before I got to do that, so we're alright for a little. I want to find somewhere a little bit more ideal than this. Although, given that I parked in the middle of the road and the cars had to overtake me last time, maybe this isn't quite so bad. There's at least a hard shoulder that I can pull onto. Look at that. I still have the light, the darkness mod, which adds sunsets and the like to the map, which is quite pretty. I've had that mod on for quite a while now, so I've forgotten what the map looks what the game looks like without it. But, there is a mod apparently that allows you to have better graphics without updating the graphics setting. It does some magic in the code that means that the computer doesn't have to render these things in quite the same way, which saves CPU footage. Alright. Whoa. I think there is a rest stop just after this border, after the Czech border. We're in the Czech Republic now. I don't know whether we visited it, but if we haven't, actually either way I'll pull in. Yes, we haven't visited it. I'm going to pull in and pause the game here, and pull up by the petrol station. Alright, I'll be back in a moment. Bear with me. Okay, footage moved. So we are into the final leg, of our delivery, our journey with the Nightmare load, the short wheelbase, open-topped trailer. Let's move over. Actually, before we go anywhere, I've been talking about this business of changing the currency. Oh no, I've already done that in a previous video. Ignore me. Because I discovered I was using euros and I changed it to pounds. So here we are. As I said, the final leg, probably another 20 minutes of journey time. We are just under 10 hours away from our final destination. We've got over £5 million. We are heading up this fantastic road. We're going to Eastern Europe. Let's see whether we're in Germany, where we are in Germany. Eastern Germany. Oh no, of course we entered the Czech Republic before I changed the footage. All right, so Banska Bystrica. Here we go. I'm continuing to play Gran Turismo 6, even though I've only got a controller. I haven't got my steering wheel, which obviously would make playing Gran Turismo 6 considerably easier. But I'm not playing it as much as I was when I first got it, and that might be because I am having difficulties controlling the vehicle with the controller. It's not nearly as intuitive. But one of the things that Gran Turismo 6 has started to do, or in fact it did in Gran Turismo 5, in order to get you to play it every day, it gives you a little bonus, which ends up not being very little at all. It's a percentage increase in the reward you get for consecutive days of playing Gran Turismo. And it goes to a maximum of 5, which ends up being something like 200% of the reward that you would get if you just ignored it for a while and carried on playing it. I'm not getting a great deal out of it at the moment because I'm still in the lower echelons of the game. I'm still struggling. I passed my first license and then I got stuck on one particular race, and so I kind of I got a little bit fed up with that, so I moved over to the Goodwood Festival of Speed events. And I was doing well in those, and I've kind of got stuck. Now I'm trying to get golds. I'm trying to get gold trophies in all of the races, because you get a car. You get a reward once you've completed the series. It's 3 different vehicles up the same hill, and you get a car when you've got gold on all 3 of those vehicles. And obviously, having a different car. A new car is part of the objective of playing Gran Turismo 6. Any Gran Turismo game, sorry. Part of the appeal is developing your garage, getting more cars. It's the collectible. New vehicles is the collectible, and then you get to fiddle with them. And you've got to be very careful how you fiddle with these cars. Upgrade them too much and you cannot use them for the series in which you bought them for, because there are performance point limits on certain series in order to prevent you from over-developing the car and then just it being no competition, no fun. It kind of spoils the. It's like having a race, and you're flying Concorde, and everyone else is flying a little Piper Cherokee. That's not a competition. That's just you flying on your own. Part of the purpose of this game is to match yourself against the AI, and it's more satisfying to win if you've had to struggle, if you've had to fight. There are people out there who don't like fighting, who want things handed to them. There are days when I feel lazy and I want people to give me stuff and I don't want to have to work for it, but not all the time. Some of the time it's nice to get some satisfaction from having achieved something. So yes, the only problem is periodically with this. The only problem with this reward system is that periodically I can't play the game, which means I lose days, which means I go back to zeros. I have a trip coming up for to Auckland. We're going to do it's the. My sister-in-law's birthday and it's Easter, so and also we've got my father-in-law's birthday's coming up soon, and so we have to. It's not that we have to. Because I like the guy, and I like my father-in-law, I like my sister-in-law. They're wonderful people. I like spending time with them. And we're going to Auckland, which means the PlayStation is staying in Christchurch, which means that I'm going to lose it all. Now, obviously, it's not as big a deal for me at the moment because I'm not at the upper echelons, and I'm struggling a bit because of the controller, and I'm at the stage where I just want to get a bloody wheel and wheel stand set up so that I can play this and Gran Turismo, and as much fun as I'm having playing this on the keyboard, I do want to try it with the steering wheel to see whether it's any more fun. Oh, look, another grey road that I haven't driven along. That's the objective of this playthrough. It's because we're nearing the end of the skill points. We've only got 4 more to apply. We've got high value, fragile, just in time, and eco are the only 4. We're fully maxed out on ADR, and we're fully maxed out. Ooh, actually, yeah. Let's take a rest. I'm not going to bother with petrol. We're full. Which means we're going to go to night time. Oh no, daytime. Excellent, we totally skipped nighttime. I love it. Right. That was our last rest period that we are able to fit in. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. We've got 22 hours to get this load there, and it's going to take us 7 hours. I mean, we could literally fit in another rest period if we really wanted to, but there's no need. 7 hours gives me 3 hours to play with in order to just give me 3 hours to play with in case something happens. But I'm not that worried about it. Obviously I'm worried about this load. This load is particularly unstable, but I think we've done reasonably well. We've been sensible for the most part. We've done the occasional reckless thing, overtaking About 5 minutes ago I used the hard shoulder to undertake, but I think that was probably less reckless than sort of slamming the anchors on. Yeah, more money coming in. Look at all this money coming in. We have £5.5 million. I think we're now reaching the stage where I can start upgrading the drivers' vehicles. I've got a lot of money, and I'm not spending it as quickly as I'm earning it. So I think one garage at a time. I might start upgrading the vehicles. Give the chaps what I've got. The full XL Globetrotter, the full 750 bhp engine, and the transmission with the retarder. I'm going to leave them all with the extended tanks. Because I don't think there's any need to add the... I'll give them the side skirts as well, so that all of the trucks look pretty. Because who doesn't want to look pretty? Who don't want to look pretty? So briefly, for those of you who give a toss, and I would imagine that will be a small minority, maybe no one, I don't know, in Liverpool FC watch, Liverpool had another win Sunday. They beat West Ham 2-1. It was very, very close. I don't like playing games like that. We tend to do well against more open, expansive teams than we do against teams that tend to play 11 men behind the ball and then have one striker who runs up and heads it. That striker is a former Liverpool player, Andy Carroll. I was curious as to why we bought Andy Carroll, given that Andy Carroll is a long ball specialist, i.e. he receives the ball on his head from a distance, and Liverpool don't play that kind of game. I was a bit curious as to why we bought him. I was horrified that we spent £35 million on a player that does not fit our system. I'm glad he's found a new home where he appears to be happy. It's a shame that he had to be taken out of his hometown club, Newcastle United, but that is the lot of a footballer, and he may well, like Alan Shearer, go back to Newcastle as a returning hero. You never know. However, that's 9 wins in succession. We are still top of the league, 2 points clear of Chelsea, who are second. We are 2 games behind Manchester City, but one of the games that Manchester City have to play is against us. If we can successfully beat Manchester City, given the number of points they have, we can stay ahead of them. And that is what I'm hoping we do, because this weekend Liverpool play Manchester City, and it's probably one of the most important games of football we'll play this year. We struggled to against them at their ground. We didn't struggle, we performed really well, but we were unlucky, to lose 2-1. We played extraordinarily well. They have to come to Anfield now, and it's very much more. It's a much more difficult prospect playing at another club's home ground, particularly when that club have a tremendous support, particularly vocal support. And and a support that sits very close to the pitch. Manchester City's ground is a converted athletic stadium, the City of Manchester Stadium, which got renamed, I think, to the Etihad Stadium in a naming rights deal. I think Manchester bought the stadium from the city council when they got their sugar daddy came in and purchased the club. I think he also purchased the grounds. That allowed them to name the ground. So but the athletic stadium means that the fans are quite a distance from the pitch, so the sound isn't quite as good as Arsenal discovered when they opened their new stadium, the Emirates. It's probably one of the best decisions those two clubs made, is to move into one of these big stadiums, so that you get you open a broader revenue stream. But and that this is a thing that Liverpool is hoping to be able to do, but they're doing it by modifying their current ground rather than demolishing the ground that was there. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. But we're about to enter Slovakia. Yep, that Slovakian flag on the right and the Czech flag on the left. So we are very close to our destination. In fact, 4 hours of in-game time. Alright, so we'll take a left here. This is my favourite kind of junction. What will we get crashed into? Nope, we're good. We're golden. I always get a little bit worried by those junctions because the traffic just streams off as if it's got right of way, and it shouldn't have. So, yes. So, if I start randomly talking about Liverpool Football Club, it's because this is possibly the best chance that Liverpool have had to win the league in maybe 20 years. We came very perilously close with Rafa Benitez in, I think, 2007. When we finished second to Manchester United, we would have finished first. But I think that Alex Ferguson's mind games performed brilliantly against Rafa Benitez, and then in one particularly bizarre news conference, he started talking about facts about how Alex Ferguson cheats and how he had the facts and he had a list, and it just, you thought, what on earth is going on in his head? So this is the closest we've come to winning the league, I think. Possibly. We also finished second under Roy Evans. A lot of people forget how good a manager Roy Evans was, and we were really unlucky. A number of times that Roy Evans would have got Liverpool into the Champions League if the rules had been as they are now. I don't think we finished lower than third under Roy Evans, so we would have regularly been in Europe under his watchful gaze. But he did considerably better than the chap that preceded him. So anyway. So if I randomly start talking about Liverpool, it's because they're close to winning the league, and I was 22 the last time that Liverpool won, maybe 20 the last time, and I'm in my 40s now, so it's been a long time. Every year that's gone by without Liverpool winning the league, I feel more and more like that character from Nick Hornby's novel Fever Pitch. Oh, this could go badly. This could go badly. No, we're all right. We got round him. I just don't want to get caught behind the AI on these wiggly roads, because there are moments in these wiggly roads when you can stick your foot down and they don't, which is a little bit irritating. Oh, listen to that glorious sound. can actually hear the engine. I think there was just a conflict with something for the sound card or the software yesterday, which is why I couldn't hear the truck as well. So this is going to be the last journey with ProMods 6.0 map. As soon as I have done this, actually no, sorry, I'm going to do one more journey. I'm going to breaking down the fourth wall. As soon as I've uploaded this footage, I'm going to do the next journey straight away, and then this evening I will upload the latest ProMods. I'll download the def file and then download the 3 additional files for 6.2. So I will have completely bypassed 6.1, given its troubles. That's not really much of a concern for me. Whoa. Oh, I'm gonna let this guy go. So I don't know what town we are skirting through, but it's nice to see. It's nice to see. It looks like an out-of-town industrial estate, though, actually. Well, you can see the road that we were just on the left-hand side, so it's almost like we've come full circle. Ah, more grey roads on the GPS. Roads I haven't driven on. Ah! Yes, I will do another journey from Banska Bystrica. Then I'll update then I'll download 6.2, which will more than likely mean that we are going from Liverpool again. I don't mind. I love Liverpool. You should always. I like the challenge of driving on the left-hand side of the road in a left-hand drive vehicle. Just because we could and we had time. Right, so that's heading to Bratislava. So we got to go past Bratislava in order to get to Banska Bystrica. And there's the sign with a little arrow saying Banska Bystrica this way. The first few times I drove in Eastern Europe, I really got confused by those little signs because I thought that meant that we were entering the town, because they kind of look like a sort of welcome to Banska Bystrica sign, but obviously they're not. I like these multi-lane roads. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room if in case you happen upon a very slow-moving vehicle, or on rare occasions that it's happened, unless you come upon an accident. When I first started playing 1.9, SCS's 1.9 update, you may recall we saw a couple of accidents. It should be pointed out, I have not played 1.9 on anything but this YouTube profile. I haven't played the update on anything but, so it's interesting to see how this works. But that's yeah, fine. That's fine. Oh, look, Lucas has leveled up. So I might see if we can get to Turin, so I can get the garage. So that I can put the Ivecos in. That'll be one down, and maybe if we could get to Gothenburg. Obviously, Luxembourg I need to get to, and Bern I need to get to, because those, I think, and Helsinki, because those are the 3 remaining capitals that I don't have, that are available in the game. The ones that are available in the game. Obviously, they're going into Italy, which means at some point Rome will become available. They're going into Spain and Portugal, which means that Madrid and Lisbon are going to become available. There's a guy working on Romania at the moment. So that means that I think Bucharest is the capital of Romania. I think that will be coming up soon. Then obviously with the Euromir, they're going into Estonia and Latvia and Lithuania. That means that Tallinn and I'm embarrassed to say I don't know the other two. They're going into Russia, but I don't think they're going to go as far as Moscow. Moskva. Which is a shame. But I'm not. But they're arguing that the map won't allow them to do that. I don't think that's true, given that the TSM map has gone into Africa. I'm not sure that's necessarily true, but I'm not worried. I'm not going to complain about that. The ProMods map's bloody awesome. Although we're not on the ProMod map. We're at the moment we are on the expansion going east. We're actually in the Going East expansion. Bizarre to think that actually this wasn't part of the original game. But then I think when you first got this game, you're just staring in wonderment at the number of... this game must have been fantastic. And by the time you got to the stage where I am, you possibly would have been able to get to Going East. So they would have hooked you. But we'll see. It's a shame actually that they couldn't put some of the cities they put into Euro Truck Simulator 1, because there was a lot of Italy in Euro Truck Simulator 1 and a lot more France, but no, that's they concentrated on what they concentrated on, so that's fine. I do find it quite interesting that they chose, given that SCS are a Czech company, that they chose to concentrate on Germany and the UK as the larger countries with the larger number of cities. So those are the two cities that had the most. Those are the two countries that had the most cities. But that may be because that's where they were selling the game. That's where they were selling the first game. I mean, they did do German Truck Simulator and UK Truck Simulator as sort of preambles to Euro Truck Simulator 2. So they clearly decided that's where their market was, that's where they were going to sell most, and so in order to capture that market, they've concentrated on putting the most cities into those two countries, which kind of makes sense. Right. Oh, no, this is not a lane, this is a hard shoulder. But we are coming off here. And that's the end of motorway rules. And here's Banska Bystrica. Let's double check. I think I already looked, and I think we've discovered it all. But just for reference, yeah, okay, yes, we have discovered it all. I might get a garage in Dep. I know I've got one in Budapest and I've got one in Bratislava. There's no real need now. Let's not worry about Debrecen. We've got enough over this side of the map. So we will go straight to our destination. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go straight. This is possibly the first time in a long time that I've actually gone straight. Oh, hello, I don't like this, especially not in town. Please stop stuttering on me. Okay. No, I'm not worried about that. Alright. We have, unfortunately, already been to the depot that we're going to. So we'll not discover anything new, but I think we haven't been to the repair yard. wait round and then see. See how we do on this. Obviously I've been doing a little bit of practicing. Oh no, I'm not doing that at all. No, that's no good. There we go. No, too fast. No. Ugh. Let's pull forward. Straighten it. This is not going nearly as well as I'd hoped it would. No. Ugh. Oh, I keep going too fast. No. Parking is definitely my Achilles heel in this game. I'm crap at it. I'm not giving up on it, but I'm not as good as I could be by a long shot. Alright, that'll do. I did clout that log, so I don't know what we're going to get here, but it's not going to be a good work. Right, parking brake on, engine off. Let's see just how terrible this journey was. Satisfactory. Well, I'll take satisfactory, given that we did a lot of damage to the truck. 9%. Probably the last 1% was in the yard when we clouted the log twice in reverse and then clouted it with the cab. So, satisfactory. 1,248 miles driven, 44 hours and 40 minutes to get there. We used 694 litres of fuel. Base reward of £34,526 and 2,009 XP. Proficiency bonus for level 32 of 16,572. A long distance delivery bonus for skill rank 6 of £6,761 and 502 XP. An urgent delivery bonus for skill rank 5 of £8,451 and 602 XP. A bonus for parking the trailer of 45 XP, which didn't really help considering that we did 9% damage, which cost us £990 and, crucially, 102 XP. But we did take a huge bite out of level 32. That put us 2/3 of the way through the level. So this profile now has a lifetime XP of 118,057 XP. And we're still aiming at 120,100 XP to get to level 33. So, thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you very much for following my journeys. If you want to know when I've got put up a next video, then please subscribe to me. Follow me on Twitter at MovieScouse007. I'm also on Facebook at MovieScouse007. And YouTube, obviously, MovieScouse007. So if you want to know what's going on with this channel, then please don't hesitate to click that like button if you like the video, that subscribe button if you want to see more, and tell your friends about my videos if you want to see more, if you want to share the wealth, as it were. Well, thank you very much, and until I see you in the next video, I'll see you on the road.